Hey everybody, figured I'd do a few words on this little flashlight while I had a minute. The first video I ever did was on the Maratac AAA, and this one is well, I don't know if you can read it, there it is, the Maratac AA. I prefer in the AAAs the stainless steel instead of the aluminum. They just seem to be more durable, although the aluminum are still going strong that I purchased, and my buddy who bought it off me is still loving it. The stainless, though, just seemed like a better light to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just like I said in that video, a feel thing that I can't really quantify with words. I would have bought this one in stainless if they had made it at the time, but the AA's had only came in aluminum. This one is the brushed natural aluminum. That's what they call it, natural, I believe, on CountyCom's site. And I preferred this over the black. The black just seems to show more wear and tear, specifically in spots where you can tell it got ran over with a pallet jack. On the black, that would really stand out. So, doesn't look too bad on this one. I've been carrying this light every day, pretty much for about 3 months, and I use and abuse it. I'm pretty hard on my gear. I like the size of the AAA much better. It disappears in your pocket because it's about a third thinner, I would guess, than this one. But this one I get longer run time. It's pretty much the same output. I think one of the outputs is 5 lumens brighter. Either way, they're both outstanding for the, sorry about the shaking, outstanding for the amount of light they give you in such a small package. This one, I'm not great with the technical specs and all that stuff, so I'll tell you what it says. It is a Cree 7090-XR-E Q5 with a lifespan of up to 50,000 hours. And I can't remember what the lumens, the output is. The low is pretty low. It's like 5. Medium was like 15. And the bright, I think, was like 80, give or take. The light is just outstanding. And the beam seems to be outstanding. The only comment I have on any of the Maratac stuff is the clip. I've never been a fan of these kind that you can pop on and off because they get loose like that and turn all the time. So I always end up ramming it into the lanyard hole, which is, at least in this one, if you really stuff it, you can get 550 through. But on the AAA, it's too small for 550 unless you take the core out. And you could pop that off there, but this thing would just freewheel around forever. Sometimes I'll pop it off there, squeeze it tighter, and pop it back on. And you can tell I've bent this so it could be tighter to the body. But I have to say this clip, although the same design as a AAA, is 10 times better because being that it is a thicker steel or aluminum, whatever they made it out of, it is far, far stronger than the AAAs, which just seem to get loose too quickly just from going in and out of my pocket. It came in this an outstanding case, which could be good for all kinds of little knickknacks and trinkets or whatever you're going to use it for, although mine came cracked. So either way, it did its job in shipping, because that kind of impact that would have crushed this, which is pretty strong, would have probably been brutal on the light. Which, let me get this shiny paper out of here. I'll try to give you a quick demo of how bright it is, even though it's still light here. You'll see, going the wrong way. On low, I guess the table's working better. On low, on medium, on high. And I got 8 floodlights over my head here and sunlight coming in the room. So I give you an idea what this powerful little light is capable of. At night, I find I generally only need the low to do what I need, and that's why I prefer this one over the AAA. The AAA, when it comes on medium, then low, then high. And I hate having to cycle it every time just to get to the low. So this light not only provides me longer run time, more brightness in one of the levels, although it's negligible, but it gives me the user interface I wanted, which was comes on low first, especially if it's really dark. I don't want it to come on with a higher brightness to jack my eyes up. I mean, it's not like I've been out there long enough for night vision where your eyes have acclimated to the night, but if it's dark and you flip it on to bright and then to low, the low is going to seem less effective and your eyes are going to be a little bit more put off by the change, whereas just going from dark to the low setting on this, with the low being so low but capable, just the right amount of light, I believe, that it makes this much more comfortable for your eyes and a lot more useful. And I believe you would use less battery, because coming on to medium, you're getting that draw off the battery, and then you have to turn it off and then come back on to come on to low, whereas here you're going right to low. But honestly, all I have to say is this thing was lost at work. I want to cry. Grown man crying over a little flashlight. 28 bucks. I think it was County Com. But thankfully I had the other ones to fall back on. This is a fine light. It scratched the itch to keep me from buying the Surefire LX2 Lumimax, which was a little bit bigger to carry around, a little heavier, but a lot more powerful. This was 28 bucks, I believe. That Lumimax, my God. $195 is the best price I can find. So I'm getting all the light I need here in a smaller, lighter package that's just as capable, as long as I don't need to throw out in the darkness 200 lumens into the middle of nowhere, which I'm generally not doing. If I'm doing that, there's a weapon attached to it, and I got lights for that. So if you're looking at getting a light that you're going to carry every day, that's small enough to put in your pocket and forget about, and that will be with you when you need it, and is using ready to find common batteries that you can get at any store you walk into, look into this Maratac AA. You won't be disappointed. And when this one was lost at work, it was run over by a pallet jack and been kicked around the floor for a while before someone saw it and picked it up. And it's really no worse for wear, and it still works perfectly. So that's more of a test than I could ever put on it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you're thinking about getting one of these lights, I couldn't recommend it any higher. Have a good day. Stay safe.